Hello, everyone. LJ Young for That Ain't My Daddy. Welcome to another edition. All right. As I said in my last video, I'm coming at it from a different perspective now. I am coming at to help people get out of debt in a different way, to help people realize more than just coming at them the way I was before. Like, hey, in a way, I wasn't saying it directly. Like, you're dumb. I'm not for being in debt. And now again, that's not what I was meaning. All right. So the truth cannot be told. It must be realized. That's what I know now. And the title of this video is Work is a Contract. Many people forget that. Many people start to involve, you get a job and you start to involve your feelings, And I did it too. And when I say involve your feelings, I'm meaning like people at work, you start, or you didn't get a promotion and then get mad and start telling all the coworkers, I can't believe I didn't get that promotion. I'm angry. Or you leave home, oh, my boss sucks. I'm not getting paid enough. Those are all feelings, okay? When you sign up for a job, it's a contract. You walk into the job, you say, okay, how much? They say, we're gonna pay you this for 40 hours a week, all right? So what you're basically doing is selling the time in your life for X amount of dollars, right? So 52 weeks in a year. So if you 40 weeks of 40 hours a week, 52 weeks in a year, you're selling about what? 2,080 hours of your life for whatever that money is that you agreed to, okay? So you logically understand that, and you logically understand that time, and I only know this because I'm debt free, because I look at my time totally different now, all right? I understand now time is the most valuable commodity on earth. Why? Because you can't get more of it. You can't borrow some from your cousin. You can't get some from your friend. Hey man, can I borrow 10 hours? Can I borrow a year? You can't do that. All right. So I got a list. All right, here we go. All right. So like I said before, when you're signing up, you're saying, I'm agreeing to sell you the time of my life for whatever this hourly wage is or this yearly salary, right? So this is the thing, and I'm trying to make sure I say this right, because again, I didn't see this when I was in debt. I never looked at it this way. I'm helping you realize in a different way, to look at things in a different way, especially when it comes to a job. All right? You sign this work contract that you guys mutually agree, and it's just business. Never mix your feelings with your business. You sign this work contract agreeing to this, right? Now, have you noticed that as you're working, some jobs almost indirectly require you to work outside those hours? Like whether it's whether it's email, whether it's texting about work, whether it's talking about work after work with coworkers, you're still talking about, or some people even stay after they get done with their actual work hours, but they want to finish the work, so they'll clock out and stay so they can finish the work. So what you should do is this. Add up your money that you make, that you agreed to on your contract, minus the taxes. Excuse me. Minus the taxes. Okay? And add up all the time that you give away for free. I don't care if it's 5 minutes on a work email, 5 minutes on a text, on a phone call talking about work. That's time. That's not yours. You're actually giving that time away. Giving it away. 2,080 hours a year, right? That's regular contract. So these hours that you're giving away, the time in your life for free, is on top of the 2,080 hours you already contracted away for the year. This is you acknowledge that you're giving this. I mean, not giving away, but you're getting paid for it. But you're saying the time in my life is worth this amount of money that I contracted for. That's what you're literally saying. Okay, so it's totally up to you. On top of that 2,080 hours, now you're really giving away the other hours for free, on top of taxes being taken out of the 2,080 hours. So if you really add that up, how many hours you do, and then divide it, you will really see how much you're making per hour, per year, and it's really not that much. And this is time you're giving away. What you don't understand, and what I didn't understand, is this. Wealth, I thought being wealthy was having millions of dollars. Okay, this is what I thought. This is what I was always grown up to. I was always grown up to think that money is scarce. Wealth, true wealth, is owning the time in your life. And when you're ready to sell, you name the price of what you're going to sell the time in your life for. Never forget that. Like, for example, I'm gonna use myself as an example so you can clearly understand what I did when I was giving it away. I was giving the time of my life away. I was a computer engineer for 20 years, a cloud engineer, making six figures, right? I remember always, even outside of on-call rotation, outside of work hours, I would always get calls and I would answer them. I would always answer emails. I was almost nervous to leave my phone away from me just in case if I missed a call from work or missed an email. My phone was always dinging. What you don't really understand is you're already programmed into hearing the sounds of your phone ding. You hear that ding, you pick it up. That's all I did. I pick it up. And I wasn't even working. The minute I pick it up and read that email, I'm giving away the time. Why? Because that work email has nothing to do with my personal time. Absolutely nothing. That's 100% business related. I'm telling you, you add up all those 5 minutes here, 1 hour there. Oh, this is just to take a second. Hold on, honey. Before I step into the restaurant, hey, I got to take this call. I got to step outside the restaurant. All that stuff. I did it all. And I didn't know. I was saying, here, job, you can have it. I don't need that time. I don't need it. Keep it. You can have it. That's what I was literally saying. I will never do that again, ever. You add up all that time minus the taxes, I wasn't making nothing. I wasn't. And I was making six figures, but I was deep in debt. So I was feeling like, this is the weird feeling. I want you guys to kind of feel it with me. I want you to see it if you're in it, right? I was feeling like if I didn't answer these phone calls or answer these emails, I would somehow probably get in trouble and end up losing this job or a bad review or some stupid nonsense. And I would lose this job I need. Why? Because I had debt. I had a lot of debt. This appearance I was keeping up. I couldn't let everybody think I'm broke, though I was broke. Mathematically, when you add up the math, I was broke. And broke means finances. My finances were in the red. And on top of being financed in the red, I was just giving the time of my life away when I could have been doing multitude of things. I remember getting calls at my birthday parties I planned. Think about it. You plan a birthday party for your kid, right? This is not, you didn't plan it the day of his birthday, right? This is planned weeks, a month ahead of time, right? You're ready. Okay, this day we're going to do this. We're going to get the party favorites. Hey, honey, can you go pick up that? Oh, yeah, we need the cake. Oh, yeah, make sure he gets this little juice. He likes this toy. Make sure it's here before this date, right? The day comes. You're there celebrating. Phone call. You're off, by the way, okay? You're off. You're not on call, nothing. Oh, hold up, honey, I got to take this call. And then you leave. What makes the job think that it's okay to call you anytime they want on your day off, right? And we make them think that, okay? It's not them, it's business. If we allow it, they'll do it. But what if you were like this? You wanted a vacation, right? You want to take a vacation and you walked into work and said, hey, John, I'm gonna take my vacation today. See you later, bye. You can't do that. You'll get rolled up. Why? Because it's in their contract to say, hey, if you want to take a vacation, you got to schedule it. You got to get it approved, blah, blah, blah. You can't do that, right? Vice versa. That's the same thing. They got to let you know, hey, if you're on your day off, they got to say, hey, you know what? If something comes up, Linnell, is it okay if we call you on this day? Of course we're going to pay you extra on top of it, because that would be outside of the contract. That'd be outside of the contract, right? It's the same thing. And one more thing. I know I'm a little bit off, but I want you to feel what I'm talking about, right? I remember taking vacation, but while I'm on vacation, I'd be worried about how much work I'm going to have when I got back. That doesn't that really just take away the vacation? If I'm and I was checking emails on my vacation. Now, here we go. The truth cannot be told. It must be realized. The purpose of scheduling a vacation is for the business to put a person in your place while you're gone to handle the workload while you're gone. So when you get back, you just pick up where the person that was replacing you at that time left off. There's no work to be stacked up. But how come there's always work stacked up? It doesn't make sense. Why? Because that's what I was allowing the job to do. And I'm gonna tell you one quick story that comes to mind that I didn't understand back then. I remember one time I went on vacation into the Dominican Republic. Okay, I was there for, we get happy to get 2 weeks a year. Okay, woohoo, 2 weeks. Though I never took 2 weeks straight, never. Okay, I remember going on vacation, and more Europeans travel than Americans. Okay, and so I remember going on the beach, and I met these people from Germany. And we're on the beach, and they were like, "Hey, what are you here on?" I said, "I'm here on vacation." They call it holiday. "Oh, we're here on holiday, right?" They said, "Hey, how long are you here?" I said, "Oh, I got about a week vacation." You should have saw the look they gave me, like, "What? A week?" I was like, "Well, I was a week and a half." A week and a half. It was like, week and a half. The way they looked at me, I was like, "Sure, that's a lot." I'm thinking, I said, "How long is yours?" He said, 2 months. I was like, "What? 2 months?" That's it. To me, that was insane, right? That blew me away. But he was blown away that my vacation was only a week and a half. But now that I'm out of debt, now to the traditional working world, I fully understand that man that said that to me. That was 10, 15 years ago, okay? I fully understand why he looked at me that way. Because that was not normal. But here, we've been made to think it was normal to give away the time in our life and not enjoy it. Why? Partly because of our own reasons. Staying in debt. Being in debt caused me to accept the business, the jobs, to break my contract, to not force me to work outside of my contract, but to not stop and say, like today, if that would happen to me today, right? If I was to be called outside of the contract that I signed when I got hired, I would either not answer the phone or maybe answer it the first time. But that Monday I come in, or the next day I would say, "Hey, are we going to renegotiate my contract? Because I don't want you guys calling me outside the contract. I'm on my own time." Now, when I tell people that, they're blown away. They're like, "Oh my God, you would say that?" Yeah, I would say that. What you gonna do? Get in trouble? I didn't know I wasn't gonna get in trouble. What they gonna do? Write me up for not answering the phone on my day off? That's not true. Do you feel what I'm saying? We've been made to believe that, not by the business. I'm not downing the business, okay? I'm not downing any business. What I'm saying is this: it's business. Never mix your feelings. Today I would say, "Hey, don't call me outside of, hey, yeah, don't do that unless you're going to pay me. Unless I agree to sell them that time in my life." If they say, "No, we're not going to pay you any extra," I say, "Don't call me then. Don't do that again. That's not allowed." No different than you better call in when you're sick. If you don't call, "Hey, I don't feel like calling," you're going to get in trouble. You take a vacation on a day, you just wake up one day and say, "Today's my vacation, I'm going to take it." You can't do that. You're going to get in trouble. Same thing. Work is a contract. The last job, and this is what empowered me the most, when I became debt free, I knew I took my power back. This is the first time in my life, my working life, I'll be 49 this month, the first time in my life that I felt the power I took back in my life after becoming debt free. My last job, I applied for a position, a manager position, right? Because I was trying to do this big contract, blah, 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 no details. But, and they said, no, we're going to hire this guy and you're going to train him to be the manager. I said, what? Now, mind you, I'm debt free, so I didn't really put feelings into it no more, right? I go, oh, okay, well, and then I remember coming back to my cubicle, right? And the people were like, oh man, we heard L, you didn't get the position. I heard they hired outside the company. I was like, yeah, they did. They looked at me like, you're not mad enough? I was like, that's their decision. This is their business. Why am I get mad about it, right? But in my mind, I said, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna stay. Why? Because I knew my ability. And I knew what the time in my life was worth. So I just chilled. I waited for a few more months to let some things go through to what I needed to complete there. And then I put in my 2 weeks. I brought my 2 weeks there. Here's my notice. They was like, hey, what you doing? You know, what? This is out of the blue. I was like, out of the blue? What do you mean? They said, why are you leaving? I said, you guys didn't give me that position. So I'm leaving to a job that's going to give me that position. Why? Because I know what I can do. And I know what the time of my life is worth. So I left that job and got a $50,000 raise a year at the other job. Why? Because I knew my worth. And when I walked in the interview, I knew I got it. And that's not even bragging. When you're debt free, you interview totally different. The people can see it. Because they know you could. When I came in, they could tell I was interviewing them too. If I even wanted to work there. I don't say, yeah, I'm debt free. I don't need this job. They can see it. They can see it in my body. They can see it how I'm speaking. I'll let you know if I want to work here. Before I got home, I got a call. Hey, they want you. Cool. In my mind, I was like, I already knew it. I knew I was going to get it. But the weird thing is this. It was too late for me. I was debt free and I knew I didn't want to be in that environment anymore. It's very hard to explain. People really is very hard to explain this. But the time in my life was worth more because the previous job was closer, but the other job was farther. Though it was 50 grand more, it was close. I mean, it was farther. So I had to be in traffic more. So I started to think 40 hours at the job plus an hour in traffic, both there and back, and dealing with that stuff. I said, you know what? That's too much time out of my life. Because believe it or not, driving to the job is something that you basically have to do, right? Because you got to get there. This is not something that you want to do. You have to do it to get there. So that's another hour that you're totally not being paid for, but you're required to do because you got to get there. And don't let it rain or don't let it be in an accident. That's why people are so pissed in traffic. I was. Anyway, back to the time thing. I said, you know what? And I was there a month. And I told the people, I said, hey, I'm sorry, but I got to go. They was like, hey, what's wrong? Why? What happened? You need more money? I was like, no. I'm just leaving. It's just too much time, traffic and stuff. I just can't do that. But a lot of people don't understand that true wealth is owning the time. First time in my life, I owned the time in my life. So again, to wrap this up, if you do any kind of work, just do it for a month, okay? And you'll see how much time you're giving away. If you answer an email, phone call, all work related, phone call, text message, talk with your coworkers outside of work at the bar, blah, blah, blah. That's time you're just giving away. That's time. Because if you didn't work there, you wouldn't talk about it. If you didn't work there, you wouldn't be answering emails because there'd be no emails to answer. There wouldn't be no phone calls to pick up to talk about it. It would not exist. That's how you got to look at it. Once you leave that job, you say, hey, once I leave here, don't call me, don't talk to me, don't do none of that. I'm doing whatever I want to do because the time in my life I own. The contract stated, hey, Linnell, you're going to be here 40 hours a week. This is how much you're going to be paid. This is what we expect. And I read it. I said, cool, I agree. It didn't say, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to own you 24 hours a day with this electronic leash hooked to your hip. And every time it dings, you're going to answer, respond. No. I would have a totally separate phone for a job. Totally separate. So as soon as I leave, boo, power down. Boo. They'd be like, hey, how come you didn't answer your phone? It was off. What do you mean? What are you talking about? It was off. Well, we try to get a hold of you after hours. So what? Let me read my contract. Okay. No, nothing in here about calling me after hours. Sorry. What are you talking about? I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but that's how valuable it is when you give away the time in your life, because you can't make it up. There's no way to get it back. You're literally lying to your kids when you tell your kid you can't make it to their birthday party, and you say, hey, I'll make it up to you, kid. I'll make it up to you, little Johnny. You're lying to your kid. You know why? Because that time's gone forever. You can't get that back. You can't say, hey, little Johnny, we're gonna go back in time and go back to that moment that I missed because of work. You can't do that. It's gone. I hope you guys could feel that one, because this is what true financial freedom feels like. Things you just cannot see when there's so much debt blinding you from it. You guys have a good one.